Welcome back to the Rory Talks Football channel, your daily Arsenal news, updates, debates and my opinions. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We are flying. The next target is 3,800 subscribers. If you enjoy the video, please do smash a like on it as well. Lots to talk about today, but I'm actually going to lead the video with Ethan Nwaneri. Now, we talked about him yesterday and the fact that Chelsea and Man City were very interested in him, and it looked like we might lose him, but Ornstein has come out today. Ethan Nwaneri has committed future to Arsenal by signing scholarship terms and agreeing to a pro deal when he turns 17. Major interest from other clubs, but the 16-year-old never wanted to leave. Lifelong Arsenal fan, Islington born and bred. Huge boost for the Gunners. Ethan Nwaneri turned down more lucrative financial offers from elsewhere to stay at Arsenal. England youth international was raised a short distance from the Emirates, and his desire was always to continue his future there. Another key retention for Arsenal. And look, there was a lot of interest. It wasn't just Chelsea and Man City either. United, Newcastle, almost everyone was interested in him. Of course, for the reason that he is one of the top youth talents in the country. I think Ornstein went on to say somewhere, he said, Ethan Nwaneri is regarded as one of among the country's most promising talents, having made his under-18s debut for Arsenal at just 14. His talent has become widely recognised thanks to being exposed to a bigger stage this season by playing in the under-18s, the under-21s and first-team football, which of course was when we saw him against Brentford. Now, the reason that I wanted to lead with this is because it will go slightly under the radar with everything that's happening with Rice and Havertz and Timber and everything else. But this is huge as a signal and a statement as to where the club is at the moment. This is absolutely massive. The fact that we fought off the Chelseas and Cities of the world is huge for us. And the reason is that, look, putting all of the money that they've spent aside, Man City is an excellently run club. Man United is a prime example of how you can spend all of that money and it doesn't guarantee any success. Man City are very, very well run, and it starts all the way from the academy. And keeping someone like Ethan Nwaneri, whilst it might not seem like a huge deal now, because it's not like we're spending a transfer fee or anything, if Nwaneri goes on to be the next Saka, the next Bellingham, that saves you 100 million quid. These are the sorts of things that at this stage are massive for the club. And it's clear that he's one of the top talents. And look, there's no guarantee that he does go on to be the next Saka or the next Bellingham or the next whoever. Of course there's no guarantee. He's 16 years old. You don't know how it's going to turn out. But of all of the 16-year-olds there are, he's one of the most likely to go on to do that. And of course, when it then comes further down the line to financial fair play and all of the rest of it, if you have players like that that cost you nothing, it means you can spend the money elsewhere. The fact that we have Saka, Martinelli that cost 7 million between them means we don't have to spend 60, 70, 80 million on a winger this summer, which means you can spend it on Declan Rice, etc. So it really is a huge thing. And massive credit to Nwaneri for turning down more money to stay at Arsenal. We spoke about it yesterday. He could have gone down the route of Amari Hutchinson or other players like that. It's not, it's easy at that age to follow money. Of course it is. When you were 16, it's all you want is money. And he's a smart kid to turn all of that down and to stay at Arsenal. And of course now we can watch his progress and see how he continues to develop. But I wanted to talk about that because it is a massive signal that from top to bottom, Arsenal are functioning like a proper club. And also, it's just another example of the fact that this transfer window, everything is coming up Millhouse. Literally, we are winning every single thing that we attempt to do. All of the new contracts, all of the signings we've gone for, it's just perfect. All we need to do now is make sure that we nail the sales, and it will have been a 10 out of 10 window. On to Declan Rice, of course. It's not technically done yet. We haven't had the official here we go yet. Fabrizio said today, Arsenal and West Ham have reached an agreement on the fee for Declan Rice. 100 million plus 5 million in add-ons. Why is it not here yet? Because we have to wait for Arsenal and West Ham to agree on payment terms. West Ham asked for the money to be paid in 18 months, which is mental. Arsenal are offering to pay it over 4 years, which is normal and reasonable. They are still discussing the deal structure, but all parties are now relaxed. The player side, the club side, and in the next hours there will be contact to reach the agreement, and Declan Rice will become a new Arsenal player. So there's no need to panic. Of course, it would be good to see him in an Arsenal shirt and have deal done and all the rest of it, but it's as close to being done as it can get at this point, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any sort of hiccups along the way. Tchouameni, Real Madrid midfielder, French star, somehow being linked to Arsenal. I wanted to talk about it because it is, people have asked me about it. It's coming from transfers.com, terrible source anyway. Arsenal will test the waters for Real Madrid midfielder Oriol Tchouameni if they fail to sign either Moises Caicedo or Romeo Lavia. So if we fail to get Caicedo or Lavia, which in itself is interesting because they're two completely different values, if we fail to sign either of those, we'll test the waters for Tchouameni. Arsenal are long-term admirers of the player. Now, that is correct. However, club president Florentino Perez sees him as the next Casemiro and will certainly not accept anything less than 100 million euros that they paid Monaco last summer. So they bought him for 100 million euros last summer. Nothing about that rumour makes sense. Tchouameni isn't someone that you go for if you don't get Caicedo and Lavia. Tchouameni is a Declan Rice. Tchouameni is the player that you go for straight off the bat. And if you fail to get him, then you go to Caicedo and then to Lavia. So, look, I'm not going to give too much time to the story. It's nonsense. And in the same way, look, I'm not going to do it again because it was actually stressing me out knowing that I could go bold. But in the same way that I was that confident we'd sign Declan Rice, that I put my hair on it, I would put my hair on the fact that we don't sign Tchouameni. I'm not going to do it, but I would do it. It's not going to happen. Jurrien Timber, obviously still ongoing. Fabrizio said today, Arsenal have only one new target. Only one target as a new centre-back, and that is Jurrien Timber. 45 to 48 million euro bid, so about 40 million quid. Submitted 3 days ago. It's being discussed with Ajax. There's optimism and confidence all round that it will get done. So again, no need to panic on that. But interesting that he did clarify there that it's our only centre-back target. So we're not going to be going for any other centre-backs in the rest of the window, according to Fabrizio. A couple of extra things, Simon Collins, because Saliba has still not signed his contract, and I've had a couple of people asking me why it hasn't happened yet. According to Simon Collins, Saliba will sign a new 4-year contract when he returns from holiday. He's currently in Spain with, there was a picture I saw earlier, he's with Tomiyasu, he's with Trossard, and he's with Martinelli. They're all in Spain together, so they're having a good time. And then from Team News and Ticks. So remember yesterday I said Team News and Ticks hinted that something else was coming. After Timber and Havertz and Rice, there was something else coming. He clarified today it was actually the Nwaneri news. He said this was something else. He said people will be upset now because they started dreaming of huge names, which we did do. But he also said Mikel has no plans for this to be the end of our window. There's more to come. Brackets, no names at the moment. So we don't know who those are, but there is going to be more to come after we've got these deals over the line. Like I said on stream yesterday, wouldn't surprise me at all if that is Lavia and then a player like Xavi Simons or Arda Güler, which would be fantastic. But that is all of your news for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do subscribe. I'm going to be live on the channel at 5 p.m. as per usual, so tune in for that as well. Just a bit of a Q&A and, of course, a juicy game of Guess the Gooner. But other than that, if you're not there, have a fantastic evening, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Cheers.